The Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine took its sixth step on the 2025 journey and its fifth at Imola. Always a round of much significance with unparalleled history in the motorsport universe, it also marked another feast of Italian motorsport on Akshay Sport weekend. But all the talk was centred around the breaking news that the FIA and Akshay Sport would be collaborating in the creation of the FIA Formula Regional European Championship, marking a whole new era as it formally takes its place in between FIA Formula 4 and its national championships and FIA Formula 3, offering a seamless progression for young drivers and teams on their journey to Formula 1 and motorsport as a whole. With the buzzing sense of anticipation leading into the weekend, it would also be amplified by the state of the championship after Paul Ricard, with Prema's Freddie Slater leading Trident's Matteo De Palo by 20 points coming into the Emilia-Romagna region, marking a mighty mid-season home race showdown between the two teams in a weekend that could hold significant implications for the championship title at the end of the season. Prema Racing have enjoyed several prize successes at Imola in the past, with wins for David Vidales in 2021, Dino Beganovic in 2022 and Rafael Camara in 2024. All wins that were taken on the Saturdays in the Emilia-Romagna region. Prema Racing team manager Tristan Gomendi gave us his thoughts heading into the weekend.
Yeah, of course. We did a good start and we are in good position for the driver championship but also the team championship, but we are only in the middle of the championship, so many points still to get, so we still calm and we're working hard to stay in this position until the end.
2025 has been a landmark campaign for Trident so far, capturing their first victory with Matteo De Palo in the championship back at Misano for the first race of the season. Trident team manager Luca Sabini gave us his thoughts heading into round 6 as we return to Italian soil.
Well, yeah, the season started very well, thanks to Matteo first of all, but thanks also to the job that the team is doing, even with the other teammates, because we work a lot together, and also the information coming from the other two are very important. But yes, we won 2 races, first victory for Trident since when we joined the category, and so we are happy and we are trying hard to go ahead in this way, but it's not easy.
ART Grand Prix have also enjoyed strong success at Imola in the past, most notably with eventual 2021 champion Gregoire Sorsi and 2022 runner-up Gabriele Mini. We caught up with Japanese sensation Taito Kato, who gave us his thoughts on tackling the Autodromo Enzo Edino Ferrari.
I think quite good weekend overall. I think I got the podium one time in the race 1. Race still a bit struggling. We are struggling a bit. It's from Budapest, but I think overall a good weekend, quite positive. I know the high is a bit difficult to make a setup, but it's still running quite a lot. So I think we can good step compared to Budapest. So I think in this weekend even better. So let's see.
There was a steady build-up to the qualifying session to cement the grid for race 1 of the weekend. Group A kicked off first with the initial pace largely in the hands of Evan Gilter, Pedro Clero, Rashid Al-Dahiri and of course Freddie Slater. Slater would strike the major blow, however, briefly being the sole driver in the 138s for the majority, before landing the fastest time in Group A with a 138.646 as the checkered flag waved, pipping Prema Racing teammate Rashid Al-Dahiri. Group B then began with the early pace being laid down by Slater's title rival Matteo De Palo. However, De Palo's close friend and rival from RHGP, Enzo Deligny, looking to bounce back after a tricky Paul Ricard round, entered the fray as they exchanged fast laps. Deligny's teammates Jin Nakamura and Akshay Bohra also entered the fold. Ultimately, it was a stunning final lap from Enzo Deligny that would culminate in overall pole position 61 thousandths faster than Freddie Slater's Group A time, with Deligny's teammate Akshay Bohra in P2 hitting the line late to surpass Matteo De Palo, who finishes P3.
Yeah, really positive. I think we turned up on Thursday and had the pace straight away. We had a really good session 1, and then I just built on it from there. You know, with this track with all the gravel, it's about fine-tuning the limit, but you can't really go off. There's no room for error. So, no, very tricky track for all the drivers, but honestly, it's what a track to drive on a qualifying lap. Those one-lap shootouts is what we all want, and yeah, it's such a good track to drive.
Yeah, no, it was a really great lap. Like you said, already in practice, we were really fast. I think if this championship was only in CT1s, we'd be P1, but the important one was today, and I managed to deliver a good lap. Everyone closed up today compared to practice, like Matteo was really fast as well. But overall, yeah, I managed to do a really solid lap at the end, and then I managed to get pole overall, which, yeah, is really good.
The marshal waves the green flag behind the scenes, and in the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine, it's pedal to the metal. Here at Imola, we go racing. A slow start for Freddie Slater. Great start for Enzo Deligny. Then this is allowed the others to pounce further back. The 22 that sits in behind of Pedro Clero immediately now into second. Slater with such a poor start now. He's managed to save it to some degree, moved into third. And in behind he has got Akshay Bohra for company as well. Some side-by-side action elsewhere between the RSGP drivers further back and also an RPM, as well as they fly through the Villeneuve chicane. And next up, a trip in towards Tosa. But still, so far, Deligny, great start. Clero pouncing on the opportunity to make the move past Freddie Slater side by side further back as we see the ART of Evan Gilter trying to raise the stakes, as well as Rashid Al-Dahiri, who's also looking to gain places on the back of Dion Gowder as they now head uphill and in towards the Piratella. Now it's Jin Nakamura under fire. Still can't separate himself too much from Evan Gilter, but it looks like they've settled down. The 2CL Motorsport cars also going wheel to wheel on the run down through towards Aqua Minerale. Side by sides as well elsewhere. Ian Eichmann's looking to try and make places as well. He's currently in the midst of a fight with Michael Belov, and Zachary David also looking to gain as well. But so far, at the head of the order, Enzo Deligny, untapped at the top, but now Pedro Clero looking to take. He's just nestled in second comfortably, as well as wheel to wheel now between the two ARTs. Coming together, Taito Carter around the outside, and past Evan Gilter he will go into 7th place. But they're going to come back together. Wheel to wheel as well. It looks like now this time Gilter's coming under fire from Yu Yamakoshi, who's all over the back of Carter as well. And Gilter losing 2 places in the first sector alone. Here on the second lap of action, that's not ideal at all. He's going to go late on the brakes again, looking around the outside, but that opens the door now for Nikita Bedrin, who's also trying to up the ante on his side for Sansalok Racing. By the way, from last season, oh my goodness, and that is a car off. Oh, went straight into the barrier. That is the Van Amersfoort car of Hiyu Yamakoshi. After overtaking Evan Gilter, yellow flag, no question, after the entrance into the barriers at Piratella. A very fast corner. Out on so we've had another mishap, and that's the CL Motorsport car as well. That's the number 9. If I'm not mistaken, of Zachary David, the winner of the Pirelli Rising Car Award, back at Paul Ricard. And he won't be rising this time in the front wing on Jack Beaton's car. Looks like it's been stripped off as well. So that's the, by and large, I think the moments that occurred there. Unfortunately, Jack Beaton losing the front wing and again adding to the string of bad luck he has had this season. And a safety car has been deployed with 26 minutes to go. Enzo Deligny out in front will settle down to a steady pace. He'll bring it to Delta. And there is the inspection. And it looks like a loose front nose cone there for Evan Gilter, so probably causing largely some... So with the red flag out, obviously allows the stewards and also the crew around the circuit, the marshals, to repair the barrier. Now time for the cars to head back out onto the circuit. Deligny. And coming out of the final corner at turn 19, we now see Enzo Deligny put pedal to the metal for the second time in this race now. And they get back underway. 16 minutes and 46 to go, plus the 1 lap. It is going to be Enzo Deligny taking them down through towards Tamburello. Further back, Pedro Clero is being moved up upon now by Freddie Slater, who has a little look to his inside, coming through towards turn 2. Not quite on the cards now is the number 10 of Nikita Bedrin, now making his way through the first sector as well. Lap 1 incident between cars 45. That is, of course, Jack Beaton's car, obviously alluding to the incident involving the number 5 from earlier on, that being Ruiki Liu. So that's a separate one. Was trying to grow from that initial experience, and now Slater all over the back of Pedro Clero, who has no slipstream on the back of Enzo Deligny, they race down through towards Tamburello, and this could be Slater's chance, hovering all over the rear. Now looking to the outside, it's wheel to wheel, on the run down now in towards turn 2. Clero has no answer, Slater goes aggressive, and around the outside, coming into the inside out of turn 2 and turn 3 at Tamburello. Clero takes a tumble, and is now into third with Akshay Bohra, now also looking to take full advantage. Villeneuve chicane up next, as they now cruise through, and it's up the inside, here and now from Akshay Bohra, dared to dream, making his way through that second chicane, but ultimately not successful. He might be this time though, as now defensive goes Clero, and had to go on heavy on the brakes now coming into this section. We've got Rashid El Dahiri off. Oh no. Rashid El Dahiri, part of Prema, as now side by side they go again. Clero trying to defend, but he has the wrong line really now, this time for Piratella, and it'll be Akshay Bohra making it our race GP 1 and 3, and definitely the place gain that Enzo Deligny would have been yearning for, as Jin Nakamura takes the fastest lap, and the safety car comes out here on lap 14, and a shake of the head from Rashid El Dahiri. That's his day done. The marshals now tend to the car. Let's take a look at what happened. A collision with the 74 of Ian Eichmann's. It would seem, just overcommitting. And if anything, just guided Rashid El Dahiri onto the gravel. At turn 19, he's going to put pedal to the metal for the third time in this race now. Now, it'll be interesting to see where they hit the timing line. They should hit it before the timer. But now, as they come through the final corner, for only the second time, our race GP will become race winners at Imola, and it'll only be the second time that Deligny wins in the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. Deligny victorious here in race 1 here at Imola. Bohra finishing in third, making it an our race GP 1 and 3.
Yeah, obviously very happy. This whole week we've been fast. We knew we were going to be fast coming into this weekend. It's a track I really like driving. So no, yeah, obviously very happy. This morning qualifying was very close, so it was hard to get the pole position. But I'm happy that I did a good lap in quali, and then the race just managed the start, managed the safety car restarts, and yeah, we're able to bring it home.
Yeah, obviously first I would like to hope he was okay with a crash. Obviously we never want to see that. But no, just a bad start for myself. That kind of cost me quite a lot. Then I had to try and bring it back, in which we did. We timed it quite well. We got good exits in the third and fourth sector, which is the main thing. And then we managed to do them down the straight and into T1 and make it stick. So no, overall really positive. I think we've got some pace in the car, so we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, massive thanks to the team. We definitely had a strong package this whole weekend in the practices, and the quality this morning we showed it. I mean, I'm pleased with the results. I guess it wasn't like the greatest race, and a lot of things to work on from my side, but at least we are disappointed with the podium, which could be a positive.
Yeah, it was a messy race, a lot of incidents and stuff like that. But yeah, happy with the PA in the end. So good step from the last round in Paul Ricard, and I think the pace is there. So tomorrow's quali, well, it might be wet, it might be dry, but I think yeah, we'll be on for another good result tomorrow.
Cooler conditions became the focal points on Sunday, with the temperatures down in comparison to Saturday. Within the first 2 minutes of action, as the flags went green, they soon became red, as the left rear wheel on the back of the Axel GP car belonging to Sakir Al-Moushari separated from the chassis and brought a brief halt to the session. However, as we went green once again, the top spot in Group B swapped between the two R-Race GP drivers, Saturday's pole sitter and Race 1 winner Enzo Deligny, as well as his teammate Akshay Bohra, who came away with third in Race 1. It was Bohra, though, who managed to secure the fastest time as the checkered flag came out, this time, however, with a 1:38.503, over 2.5 tenths faster ahead of teammate Enzo Deligny in another rampant R-Race GP display. Third place in Group B would go to Trident's Matteo De Palo, over 6 tenths behind Bohra. Then came the turn of Group A, with some familiar contenders fighting over the provisional top spots. Freddie Slater, after narrowly missing out on pole position on Saturday, went even closer on Sunday, but pole wasn't to be. A 1:38.530 left him over 27 thousandths behind Akshay Bohra's Group B top time, meaning that Slater would have to settle for back-to-back second places on the grid. It would be a session to remember for Santalok Racing, planted on the second row by Nikita Bedrin, finishing just inside 4 tenths of a second behind Slater. And Van Amersfoort Racing's Pedro Clero joins Matteo De Palo on the third row, finishing just inside 11 thousandths of a second behind Bedouin's best time.
Yeah, I'm really happy with the qualifying this morning. I think overall is a really well managed session on my end and the team's end. And we have a really quick car. I put in a good lap and, you know, P1 came.
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't really execute that well. I made a few mistakes on my lap, which cost me at the end of the day. So I think pole was on if I would have been there, but I think the margin to the other people in my group was pretty good. So I think that's where we've got to take the positives from that. We knew we had pace in the car, but yeah, like I said, I just didn't execute the best that I could have. So yeah, we're going off P2 for the next race.
As now the flag is waved green and the lights are all red. And it's pedal to the metal, and it's go, 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 go. Great start for Akshay Bohra. He now peels away off the line. Better start for Freddie Slater this time. Pedro Clero also once again getting a good start. Enzo Deligny also getting a reasonable getaway, as well as Evan Gilter go side by side immediately with Nikita Bedrin coming through towards Tamburello, and then later the run into the Villeneuve. Oh, into the wall. That's Giovanni Maschio. Maschio's off into the barrier, and a wing has been ripped off the back, the underneath of a G4 racing car. I think that must be Kak Pastuka, who has unfortunately become undone there, and the front wing has been removed off the G4 car. And also, oh my goodness, a Trident driver. And that is number 8. Is that Matteo De Palo? I believe it could be. Obviously can't quite see from the distance, but it definitely looks like, no, it's not. I think Matteo De Palo is actually still going. It might be Ruiki Liu who got caught there, making his way onto the grass. But as they come through now, we got a yellow flag out on track. Evan Gilter side by side with what looks to be Jack Beaton further back as well, but it's still Akshay Bohra. Decent start, and the safety car has been deployed. So now the driver's going to have to settle down into Delta. Giovanni Maschio, yet another retirement here so far this season. It's been a really tough visit for him. Good to see he's out of the car and okay, though, all the same. After just getting it wrong in the first sector. We'll see this again. This is the replay. We saw some side-by-sides with Nikita Bedrin and, of course, the ART just behind as well. It was side-by-side. There's Maschio straight into the barrier coming through turn 1. Whether he locked up or just missed his braking point altogether, we might get a better view of it this time around. Just keep your eyes peeled out for an RPM driving. Just see him in the distance. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I think he just came in too hot. Lost the car and, unfortunately, nowhere to go but the barrier. And we're going to see this again as well. This is the moment, and I believe it was Kasper Stuka that unfortunately saw his front wing ripped off the car. Good start by the looks of it for Matteo De Palo, who was still out on track. So it was, I believe, another Trident driver that fell afoul to that moment out on circuit. In fact, as I look at it on screen, I believe it was Ruiki Liu, but we will, of course, get that confirmed as soon as we can, folks. As now they make their way out of the final corner at turn 19. And still the yellow flags wave, but as Akshay Bohra brings the pace back up, they'll soon reach green flags, and it will be pedal to the metal for the second time in this race now, as they now head down through towards Tamburello. Slater drilled right into the rear of the back of Akshay Bohra, who goes immediately defensive. The visor tear-off coming off, and Slater on the attack straight away. Of course, we saw similar scenes in yesterday's race, only it was just before the safety car after Rashid El Dahiri went into the barrier at Tamburello, but he managed to unhook Clero for the move. Following a blistering F4 career. Oh my goodness, no! Jack Beaton! Oh, and again an Aqua Minerale, and it comes to an end for Jack Beaton and Jin Nakamura as well. Yellow flags up. Coming downhill out of turn 12 through turn 13 as Gilter looks to, or should I say Gilter's teammate, the 89 of Taito Carter, looks to get over to the curbs, but it's a safety car again. Through now towards the start-finish line, and once again, at the head of the order, Akshay Bohra takes the green flag and is pedal to the metal now for the third time in this race as they now storm down through towards Tamburello. Bohra leads, Slater in second. Slater getting closer again, is now immediately going defensive. The man from New York City, Akshay Bohra, holds firm at the very front. Slater, of course, with no answer to that, and just has to wait for his chance to strike once again as they now peel through out of Tamburello, now coming down in towards the Villeneuve chicane. Bedrin locked onto the back of the RHGP car belonging to Enzo Deligny as well. Still with two RHGP cars currently sat inside the top 3 at the moment. For the back, Rashid El Dahiri all over the back of the CL Motorsports. car as well further back. Obviously looking to lift himself furthermore up the order. It's been a little bit of a mission here for Rashid Al-Lahiri, but has got Zachary David in front, who is certainly not a stranger to making some massive overtakes, hence the win in terms of the Pirelli Rising Car Award last time when we went to La Castellet for the Paul Ricard round, as they head down in towards Acqua Minerale again with 15 minutes or so to go. Heading uphill, Taito Kato, part of the Honda fraternity, striving for a move past Ruiki Liu if he can muster it. Obviously looking to try and raise the stakes inside the top 10. It was a top 10 finish for Taito Kato in yesterday's race. A very solid points finish as well. Finishing ahead of his own teammate, Evan Gilter, who had, if you remember, the contact with Hiyu Yamakoshi and had to come in for a nose cone check, with it rattling on the front of the car. Then the ART team managed to get it fixed up, ready for Gilter, who of course was a winner back at Misano in the second race of the season. As now they make their way across the line once again. Bohra ahead of Slater, then comes Deligny, then comes Bedrin, De Palo, further back Clero. Then you've got Michael Belov, Ruiki Liu, Taito Kato, storming down through towards Tamburello now at the top 10, as now we've got side-by-sides once more, and this time it looks like Ruiki Liu is trying to defend against Taito Kato, but Kato with the upper hand and moves up into 9th place. So another place gained by the young whiz kid from Japan. Taito Kato already twice a podium sitter, achieved P3 back at Spa and also back in Paul Ricard in race 1. As Akshay Bohra now takes the fastest lap of the race with a 1:41.057. A little ways off from the 1 lap pace they were setting in qualifying, but that's the big difference between quali trim and race trim. Obviously, the drivers take great care and attention in terms of the setup heading through the course of the next single-seater journey, that being the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. And we got a car that went into the gravel there, not quite sure who that was. But a harem-scarer moment, that's for sure, as we just see there some cars going side by side. We're almost 3 wide further back. Now, this is interesting. Now, is that Dion Gauda trying to defend against Ian Eichmanns? I believe it is. Yamakoshi also part of this as well. It looks like Gauda's actually ahead of Yamakoshi. Yamakoshi ahead of Ian Eichmanns, and also further back, Edu Robinson down in 14th as well. So an interesting moment there. Yamakoshi, I wonder if he's had somewhat of a mistake, hence the kick up of the gravel, because he was definitely, I think, a little bit higher up than this and has now since fallen down the order behind his own teammate Dion Gauda. So we'll wait and see as to whether we get any feedback from that. Akshay Bohra with the fastest lap of the race. Once again, continuously bringing out the fast runs, and only Slater is along for the ride. It's 1.7 seconds now between Deligny and Bohra at the moment. This was the moment that we were alluding to earlier on. So this is the 55. So yes, Dion Gauda it was. It wasn't Yamakoshi at all. Gauda cutting the chicane coming into Tamburello, and he wasn't the only one. We had an Axel GP car, the 44 of Javier Segura, if I'm not mistaken. Enzo Deligny go on to victory yesterday. Well, he only could stand and watch on from P3, but ultimately this morning landing the fastest time we have seen all weekend. He beat Freddie Slater in qualifying by 27 thousandths of a second. He's going to take his first victory in the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. He wins race 2 here at Imola. The young man from New York City, now victorious. RHGP's first double race win weekend.
Yeah, I mean, the key factors are probably starting pole and then finishing the race quicker than everyone else. So, yeah, I mean, massive thanks to the team for the package this whole weekend. It's been really great, you know.
Yeah, today was also a good day for us. A bit less good than yesterday for me. This morning made a bit of a mistake in qualifying, and then the race struggled a bit more than yesterday with the bounce. But still, the team did a really good job this whole week to be fast the whole week, so it was good.
As the curtain comes down on Imola for the 2025 season, Freddie Slater still leads the overall standings. However, a post-race disqualification in race 2 due to a technical non-conformity saw him lose second place, promoting all the drivers behind him by 1 position. A late penalty also reshuffled the rookie classification. Dion Gauda, initially 10th across the line and first among the rookies, was handed a 5-second time penalty, which cost him both the final point and the rookie trophy. The latter was awarded instead to Ian Eichmanns of RPM. The championship now heads into the summer break with the next stop set for Red Bull Ring in Spielberg, Austria, home of the Formula One Austrian Grand Prix on the weekend of the 6th to the 7th of September.